On the 13th day of Vlogmas, what did Stacy J make for me? We'll hang around and you'll see Mr. Christopher is here again. Mabel and Will can be a pain, but it is Christmas time, let us play as we count down to Christmas Day.
Hi, I'm Stacey J, and today is Vlogmas Day 13. Oh, by the way, I'm in my studio. Yeah. So, how are you guys today? Day 13, we are over halfway. We are literally 12 days until the big man has popped down the chimneys and put the presents under the tree. Except for the ones who are going to get coal. Yes. The coal people. Right, so I have a busy day ahead of me. At approximately 2 o'clock, I have my son going home to his father's place where he lives, and I'm going to collect him from there. At about 3 o'clock, we're going in for his final graduation of his course, which is very, very exciting to me. So he would have finished 2.5 years of a building apprenticeship had he stayed with that, and would have finished mid next year and done his 3 years and been qualified carpenter. However, it wasn't in him, and that's okay, because now he's found something that he absolutely loves, and I'm super proud of him. He is a go-getter. He has always gone forward. He has got his first jobs after school. Oh, my cupboard doors are open. First job after school, during school. Sorry, he got his own job. He basically said, oh, I'm working here now. Sweet. When he wanted to leave school, he sort of left school early, a bit like me, and had his thing that he wanted to do. And he was the one who found the job, got the job, found the job, got the job, until he found out that he was, we got him a building apprenticeship, which was really good. And when I say we, I told him the name, and he got the job himself. And then he realised what he actually wanted to do. And not everybody at the age of 10 knows exactly what they want to do with their life. I'm just going to pause you because Mr. Christopher's talking really loud. Anyway, so this is my cup for the day. Okay, so sometimes when Mr. Christopher talks, I do that because he talks about stuff. He talks about stuff I don't want to know about. Okay. He likes to talk about politics. I don't like to listen about politics. I'm not a political girl. I don't really care. I care when I have to vote, and then I do my homework. But at the end of the day, that's from a movie. I guess none of you can know the EA that did that to his boss. Anyway, but that wasn't what the mug said. Okay, today, like I said, I'm a busy girl. I have lots and lots to do. I want to tell you right now, because it's just popped up on my phone, on my emails, and so I pulled it up on my iPad, so I'm going to read from it. It is the Pattern Emporium, 50% off. No, I'm not affiliated with that company. Okay, I just love it when you can get lots of discount off your patterns, which usually are obscenely high. Now, I quite like the price of Pattern Emporium because they are actually not in the 30s. They're actually not even in the 20s. They are a relatively good, cheaper pattern, sometimes cheaper than the big fours. So I love it. And they pop in every Friday. They do a half price. So today is the lounge dress. Okay, it's a relaxed sewing pattern. I'm going to just pop it up here, just on my iPad. Okay, I'll try and get the glare off. The shiny, right? I'm going to read about it just really quickly, in case you want it. I'm going to read from here, so you just see my pretty side-on face. Right, 50% off Friday. Enjoy the last for the year. Enjoy the 50% off sewing pattern for each week, right? This is the last one for the year. The lounge dress. Designed for stretch fabrics, sizes 4 to 24. Easy, relaxed fit. 3 hemlines, high-low, shirt tail and regular, 6 necklines, crew, relax, low, v-neck, which I always love a v-neck, hood and funnel, which is really good for winter. Comfy dolman sleeves, long and half sleeves with cuff, extended sleeve, short and capped sleeve, optional pockets, print at home, copy shop and projector. So those that got I got one lovely that has a projector and says, Stacey, you should get one. I haven't really even thought about it again until since the last time you told me to. Anyway, enjoy this 50% off today only. So we have got 1 day, 2 hours and 43 minutes. I think it does scratch into the rest of the world as well, because otherwise it would be less than 1 day, wouldn't it? Okay, so that's the base part about it. It's just, yeah, super easy pattern. This is just some of the reviews. I'm not going to read the review itself. These are the headlines. Easy pattern to follow, comfy lounge dress, lovely pattern once you've got the hang of the joining all the pieces together. Oh, that must be the pattern. Must be the A. Oh, she wants to know if you can do it yourself. Print your own pattern, size out. I never do that. I always multi-size it. Lounge dress, I just named what it was. So that is on Pattern Emporium. So jump along and grab that if you think that would be something for you. I actually liked it like a jumper, a hooded jumper, because that looks like quite nifty. But then she has 50 different ways you can actually alter the pattern. She's brilliant. And she does decups, I think. I could be lying with that part. Don't hold me on that. Don't hold me on that. Right, so I'm just going to shut my iPad. So much so far for wanting a quick make. So today we're going to make, and I'm going to say real girly, okay, but I don't want anyone to take offense to that, okay, whether you are whatever, I don't care, but it's a really girly pattern. Well, I'm going to make it really girly because I'm going to add lots of lace to it, okay, because I want to. Okay, this is a jewellery roll. Guess what? It's out of that book again. Yeah, sorry about that. It's a jewellery roll. Now what we're going to, I've got everything ready, and I stayed behind class yesterday and got myself all cut out and everything. I'm making it in a beautiful fabrics. I'd like to think all my fabrics are beautiful. I've actually cut out 2, but I doubt I'll be making 2 today because, like I said, I'm in some sort of hurry, and I'm only up to my second coffee, but I can talk really fast anyway. When I talk really fast, it means my brain keeps up with my mouth, or my mouth keeps up with my brain, and then there's a lot less ums and ahs. And then when I talk slowly, it's like, because my brain and my mouth are trying to catch up. Anywho. So first of all, we want 4 pieces of fabric that measure 38 centimetres by 23 centimetres or 15 inches by 19. I'm going to hold up my pattern pieces, my fabric pieces, so you can see my pretties. Once I open them up. Right, okay. So I had fat quartz that I got ages ago, really pretty little girly girl ones. So I've got these 2. So this is going to be my outside, because I think it's pretty. That's going to be my inside. Yep. These are going to be my pockets. So you do 1 lining, 1 exterior, and 2. Okay, and they are actually inside the pocket, so that's why they're just plain pink to go with everything else. Then you'd want, and I'm going to do 2 of these, you want a, should I just follow what it says here, otherwise I'll get myself out. And then you want wadding the same size. Okay, so remember that, that's different wadding, so that's a more of a acrylic wadding, because it's not anything that's going to touch my skin, so I don't care unless I rub my jewellery thing over me. It ain't going to touch my skin. Then you want, so that's all the same size, that's all your 38 by 23 or 15 inch by 9 inch wadding, the same size. A piece of fabric measuring 23 centimetres by 5 centimetres or 2. Depends on how many you want to make. So that's 9 inches by 2 inches. Okay, so 23 by, so they are my, so you see a little theme going on with my little flowies. Okay, you want a press stud. Now what I'm doing, and I'm going to trial it on this, is my plastic press studs. Okay, so plastic ones. Oh, they're all in there. I got purple and I got pink. So I might make the pink one first. Like I said, I've cut out, here's my other bundle. Okay. You want a handful of stuffing. That's to go inside your ring. All right. And you want 50 inches or 127 centimetres of bias. Now I've picked a purple, a lilac to go around. It was already made and I didn't have to worry about that. Now it does say 1 inch, 2.5 centimetre bias binding. I believe that's when it's open. Not always one. Okay, I'm going to check that text that Mr. Christopher sent, because he said it said ouch to it, so it only seems like it's going to be something painful. He's just hurt himself. He's here. I would have heard him normally. Now I am doing one blue and one pink zip. So you want 8 inches or 23 centimeters. Okay, the heads are inside here. Now this is continuous zipping that I have. And you want 9 inches of a ribbon, or 23 centimeters of ribbon. And that's well and truly more than 23 centimeters. Actually, 23 centimeters is that. So I could have that. Yeah, 23 centimeters, 9 inches. 2 of them. Okay, you need a loop turner to turn your ring loop in thing, but we've got that over there by the cat on the table. And the other thing we need is lace. Okay, and this is where I said I'm going to stick some pretty laces on the outside. I'll just remove my stuffing and I'll show you my laces. Got little laces. I got like a drawer full of laces that go on my jeans and things that I... Laces. Right, while I'm talking about my jeans and things, I've got a pair of cut-offs now. I took the plaster off the thing they sliced off my leg. And I put a pair of jeans on this morning and it kept touching it. And I didn't like that feeling. So I got 3/4 pants on again today, which is going to be a beautiful sunny day anyway. So I don't mind. I got my Fernbird. Again, my rendition of another Fernbird. Instead of the frill on the sleeve, I put the elastic down on the cuff. Okay, so I got that. So this is, I think I did a size 20 or an 18. I think I'm going to drop down and make a size. I was going to make one today, but I knew I had to trace out the pattern, so that was going to make time up. So anyway, laces. I don't know what I'm doing with the laces yet, but I've got some laces to go on the outside of my jewellery roll. So hence the reason it's going to be super girly. Now these are really good for when you go overseas or you go up to see Queenie. Not that you guys go up to see Queenie, but I do. So I can take my jewellery roll and it can just squish inside my bag nicely, okay? There's going to be 2 zips in it, so obviously there's going to be places for zips. So anything precious you want to stick in it, it doesn't have to be jewellery. So let's get started. Shall we get rolling? So I'm going to actually just pause it there for a second, and I am going to... Okay, the first thing we do is going to make the ring roll. It's called a ring roll too. I didn't know it's called that. Yeah, ring roll. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly check that text that Mr. Christopher sent. Okay, so that's the last text, phone call, anything I'm going to read while I do this, because I'm far too busy. That was actually a reel he'd sent. It was a little bit funny and I watched the whole thing, but it's not the point. The point is that's a little bit of funny and I watched the whole thing. That was like a minute that I could have been doing this. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get both of our little ring rolls and we're going to sew up the short end. Firstly, for the ring roll, sew the long sides of the fabrics together. We're not going to sew the short end at all. We're going to sew this long end together. Okay, and I think we're going to use a 5mm or what do you guys call it, 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. So go and sew those right sides together and be back soon. Okay, so I've done it. I've actually have turned in 2 of them, that one already. So I'm just going to turn this one in the right way, and I have one of these little scummies. Okay, a loop turner. I'll get the name eventually. So I'm going to tilt you down more because I need to not hold it away from my face, otherwise I can't get it. Now, this is not one of my favorite things to do, but I loved wet my hands, you know, manipulate the fabric with spit. All right, here we go. And ta-da! Yeah, get there in the end. Well, that was really fast actually, and I had that on normal timing. The first one was a bit of a tease because it didn't work, and then these ones have been rolling out. Right, so I've actually done the other 2. I sewed the other 2. So the next thing we need to do, using leather, fill it with toy stuffing. Okay, leaving a gap about 13mm or 1/2 inch at the opening end to give room to sew onto the jewellery roll, okay? And the other one, you've got to put the press stud on. Okay, so that's, you press stud it in. So I'm going to shove some of this into it. Wish me luck. It's going to be so much fun because it's such a small tube. Such a small tube, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it's going to be, oh, I wonder if I just, wish me luck.
Spend time with the family, hang in there. Merry, Merry Christmas to all.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. The fragrance of flowers in the air. It's great, the temperature is rising. Windows down while we are driving. The excitement of a new year is near. Blue skies, the clouds.
Well, that was fun. I got a cramp in the first one. Okay, so persistence is the key. A flat end, whatever you're shoving it up, okay? A flat end. Don't use something sharp because it just goes through the fluffy stuff. But I got there in the end, and I only did the 2 of them because... So there's my 2. Yeah, you only need 1, but I thought I would do 2. Apparently, I don't have that many rings, but you know. So you basically want 1.3 centimeters at each end. I think it's ½ an inch that it says. Okay, and so I think we set them aside. Let's pop them aside. I was reading at the same time. Okay, so we set them aside. But we are going to... Oh, I think you meant to put your press stud in as well. So I'm just going to push that down a little bit more on one of them, and I'm going to, because like I said, the press studs I've got are my little plastic ones. They're quite funky, so I'm going to sew in the end, but there's room for my press stud to go on the end of it. I think I'll sew the end of it. So I'm going to go and fiddle with this on the near the sewing machine, and I'm just going to go in the end just that little bit. Okay, like that, and fold the ends in and then top stitch it over the top, because I'll be sticking one of my little press studdy things, my plastic ones, not those terrible metal ones, man. I tell you, I've got to learn how to do that. Got to learn how to do those. Right, okay, so I'll go and do that on one end. The other end actually gets sewn in, so you just like that. Okay, I'll do that for both of them. Right, so next step I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I've already done one, okay, I'm putting the cap on it is the boy, the male one, and I'm going to do it to, so I've done it on one, I'm going to do it to, ouch, that's sharp. I'm going to do it to the other. Okay, so I was just sticking that through, and I got close to the seam, so I know that the seam is going to go underneath. In the middle, and I want the boy one, so I'm going to bring it down to here. Now this one I know how to use. Okay, I like this one. Okay, then I'm going to put the cap underneath there, get this one and squeeze, and that flattens that little sharp bit that just spiked me. Okay, so they are done. Maybe I should have sewn it first. Dork. Right, I didn't sew it first, but then who cares? Right, so they're going to sit there. I think that's quite pretty. Okay, and then these ones are going to sit over the other side. Them ones there, they're going to sit over the other side on the actual roll itself. So I'm going to set them aside. And our next step is to take one of our linings. It says to do and cut it in half. I'll read this. Hang on. There's some parts of it I would have done differently, but this is what we're going to do next. We're going to take one of our pocket lining pieces, okay, and we're going to cut it in half because it says to do that. And then we're going to trim. We're going to trim at 1 point. We're going to trim an inch off the length of each piece, okay, because that needs the gappy thing. So I'm going to cut that in half, and then I'm going to trim an inch off. Sometimes things are a waste of fabric. It's like, why don't we just cut them 2 inches shorter? So take one piece, cut it in half, and cut an inch off each of it. Okay, let's do it.
At Christmas time, Merry Christmas, everyone this year. Spend time with the family.
I don't know if you saw what I did then, but I took 2 inches off it and then I halved it. Do you know why? Because I can actually use this 2 inches for something else rather than an inch. Okay, so the next thing we're doing is that we're drawing our box. I think it says 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters from the top edge. Okay, so you basically want to do a 13 millimeter, so 1.3 box. So I'm just going to mark for now, and I'm going to mark 4 centimeters down, and I'm going to put a line across. Oop. Just going to quickly mark the center. Which is there. Okay, and we want it 13 millimeters. 13, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. Okay, I'm going to draw across there. Okay, and we wanted approximately 15 centimeters. Half of 15 is 7.5. Okay, so I'm going to do my little line there, my little line there, and I'm going to go down. I'm still on the 7.5. I've marked my center line, which is good. 15. Right, so I'm going to do my box there, and I'm going to repeat to the other side.
'Cause it's summertime's down under at Christmas time.
Now, if you have fabric that's right side up, wrong side up, etc., etc., make sure you do this on the back side of it. That line there, which is the fold line of the fabric, it makes that look crooked. It's measured. Okay, so the next step is to get our lining, which is this little gorgeous piece. Okay, we'll fold that in half. Okay, and so we should line that up with the top. Now, right sides together. That's why you draw that little box on the wrong side. Right sides together. And I need my trusty pins. Okay, the next one is going to line up with our fold line. It can't be. Sorry, I lie. It lines up with the bottom. Okay. Sorry. I told a fibbies. So you line that one up with the bottom edge of your lining sheet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go and sew around that box. Okay, on both of them. And once I have done that, I shall be back. I'll be back. Alrighty, Vegemites. Okay. Now when I do my zips like this, I like to have long tails. Okay, so 13 divided by 2 is such an easy number, isn't it? It's 7, it's 6 and like, yeah. So that's this one. So we want to go, I'm just going to go 6-ish, between the 6 and the 7 to make it a 13. It's really hard. It's really hard. Yeah, listen to me. It's really hard to do my maths. So we're going to do that line there. But I like nice long tails. Why I like long tails, it's easy for me to, I just think it's nicer to hook it back than the short tail. Okay, so I'm going to do that for the other one. We want just on 6, just between, just on 6, just between. Oh, no, nice little fine lines, like my wrinkles. Oh, bottom, boom, right. Nice big tails. That's a bit uneven, isn't it? I can see that that's narrower than the top. That's not. Oh well. Let's just see if I can just pull that up a fraction. That's better. There we go. That's better. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice a bit in here. Slice the pie. Okay, go across. We haven't done many of these. This is the scary moment. Okay, but magic does happen. And to the edge there. Now I do have some really awesome scissors for this. Here they are. Okay. And we're going to slice down. Now make sure that you go right to the corner, but do not cut the thread. To the corner, do not cut the thread. To the corner, don't cut the thread. Oops, cut that thread. Oh my gosh, I'm quiet. Right, so now what we're going to do is going to tuck it in. So I'll tuck it in quickly and show you that I'm not lying, that this is the magic part. Okay, and that it's not as scary as it looks. And then we're going to go and iron it. Iron it. Okay, right, so that's what it's going to look like. Now, when I iron my flipsy insies, I usually press that up. Okay, so I press it with the iron, I turn it like that, I press that, I turn it like this, press this, and I turn it like this and press that. Then I tuck it in, okay? I'll see you guys in a sec. And there we have it, nice and sweet and done. Okay, not the whole thing, obviously. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my zipper heads on. Okay, because it was continuous zipper. I'm going to put my zipper heads on and then I'm going to sew them in. Pink, blue. Don't ask me why I chose to do two different, but I think it's going to look cute. I'm all about the cute today. I'm all about the cute. Right, okay, just sort of pop back on quickly after that comment. Right, when you undo a zip, you usually unzip from left to right, usually opens it. Okay, so you basically put your zip heads on the right hand side because that is the closure of the zip. Now the fun begins. Sometimes this gets on perfectly and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to turn you off because you don't need to see me doing this. So I've got the timer right in my eyes. I'm like, oh, you can't see me because of the timer. You guys don't see the timer, do you? Okay, I'm going to stick my zipper heads on. Happened faster than it normally does. Here's my two zips. Heads on. So I'm just going to put a little thingo that marks the left-hand side, just so that I don't make a silly mistake. Okay, so I am going to, because that's at the top of the top, that is going to be my top. So this is going to be my left-hand side. So I'm going to pin them into my thingo. So that's so it opens that way. So I am going to lay it under. Now, a lot of the times I just put it on the machine and then thingo it, just make sure it lands in the right place, but I'm going to try and be a good girl and pin it for you guys and pin it in the center. See, I've got that centerized. And because the zip goes the whole way across, I'm really lucky. I can pin it out. So that won't interfere with my foot. I might stick. See, I've just got that zip change where it changes position. Where's my big long green? Oh, hang on. I want some big long yellow ones. So push down and up. Oh, that's not going to be good. Good. Right. Yeah, I'm going to not do that. The only other way is to go, because I zip down this way. And you don't need to have a zipper foot on this, because it is actually far enough away from the zipper teeth. And here. You can use the tape under it. I don't use the tape under it. And here's my other side. So you want to get it evened out. So Mr. Krister is driving over the way of Upper today, and I was going to go with him because it's always a beautiful drive, except for the hill to start with. I get a bit queasy. Yeah. Unless I'm driving, then I don't. So I was going to go for a drive, but I was making sure that I'm here to go and say X over the side, that I am here to get ready to go to Xander's graduation, or and do this, because I thought a nice trip with me just talking would be fun, but no, I won't torment you guys. Okay, just down here, it's about a 45-minute trip, I believe. You go through Greytown. If I'd thought about it, I would have picked up, got some printed patterns printed at Miss Maud's, but plans changed for him, because even though I told him Xander was graduating and we were going to it, he didn't put that into his brain as such, and so he's had to change his day around. But why he's going to Masterton is he actually rents out porta showers and portaloos for people that are getting bathrooms done. And his mate Sam has done a job and over in Masterton. Now, Michael, who was Mr. Christopher's apprentice in the day, like since we've been together, Michael's now gone out on his own, and he works with Sam. So him and Sam were good mates anyway, even when he was working with Chris. So Chris actually was a good boss, and even though he left him and, you know, that sort of thing, he made sure that Michael got all Sam's jobs. Well, not, yeah, I know it sounds like he said, you two get along fine, I won't, make sure that, Anyway, I'm going to go and sew this in now, and I'll see you on the other side. By the way, I forgot to tell you, I picked a lovely candy pink as my thread, because I think it goes with everything that I'm doing. A candy pink. Candy girl. Yeah, who remembers that song? God, showing my age. The next stage, we want to lay this, the right sides up on top of the other lining. Okay, so I've got my zippers in place, neatly sewn in. Right, this is, of course, where this makes the pockets of our pockets. Okay, so I'm going to pin this on, because the next one, I think we put the wadding in place on top of this, underneath this, sorry. So we're going to layer it. Now, remember, we've got the bias that's going to go around, so it's not it's not tuned in. It's tuned in, not tuned in. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly pin it in place. Okay, and It says here, lay the section right sides up on top of the other section and that in turn on top of the wadding batting pin all the way around, and so close the raw edge. Sew straight across the pouch down 12.7 centimeters down from the top. Okay, so what they're doing now is they're turning this into the pockets. So this is actually where my pocket ends. So I'm going to do a little quick line on this where my pocket ends. It's there. And it is there. And I'm just going to line it up. Okay. Oh, just a really, I just want a faint line. And this one here is there. Can feel it there, and I can feel it there. So we need to make sure these are closed, otherwise things will fall out of our pockets, won't they? Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Right, now I do want to do something that is not in this. Now, because I use the press studs, I want to actually stick my opposite press stud on this before I put the outside wadding on, which it might be a bit tricky because I've got a bias around it. Maybe put it around there so it sits out like that, but I can squash that down. Right, or I can just make it shorter. Maybe. There's a pocket there, it doesn't matter. Right, so what it is actually saying, it's saying 12.7 centimeters, which that's 12.7 centimeters is here. So that's where it wants me to do my next line. 12.7 is here and straight across. So that is definitely making that short. So I'm just going to mark this now before I put the wadding on the back. And then it's saying it wants to do it 2.5 above this zip. So which is there. Okay, so that is a little black thread. Okay, so I'm just going to put a line there. Move that pin, obviously. That line there, and that is going to make sure that my top of my pocket is secure, because when I go around this, it's going to make the bottom of my pocket secure. Right, sorry, you guys are not in line with my green mat. Sorry. And then when I sew around there, it's going to be in line. So I'm just going to go and iron these marks off, and I'll be back in a jiffy. So the next step is to get our wadding on top of our wadding as well. Now it makes it quite the much thickness. Thickness more. Yeah, good England. Right, and I'll put another pin here. Actually, I make sure that we've caught that there. So I'm just going to put a pin where the top of this bag is. Okay, and that one there. Oh, I can see that I really cut this. Okay, and here. Ooh, that's not going to work because that's a little pin. And I'm going to go and I'm going to use a basting stitch to stitch this down just on my normal industrial machine. Just make sure that it's kind of even. And I might actually trim back the wadding. Doesn't say to do that. But next step it will be to stick our ring-a-ding-dings in there. Okay, oops. For our rings. Right, it's a plan, it's coming together. So first of all, I'm just going to go and base stitch around here, and then I'm going to, I'm actually going to do a nice little base stitch, because a base stitch is the nice big stitch, and it will look like a top stitch. Okay, I'm going to go and do that now. How cool does that look? Okay, so I now have pockets. Okay. Yep, I have pockets. And a pocket there. Beautiful. And this one. Oh, this zip head is not the first time it's given me the fluffs. That's better. Okay, so pocket there. And a pocket up there. Perfect. Perfect. So I am going to trim this. You can see that. It's a bit gnarly. So I'm going to trim that back so it's nice and even because we've got bias to go around this. Now, hopefully, yeah, I'll just wave this around while the blade's out, shall I? Hopefully, I have got a thick enough bias. Nice. I'll trim enough down there. I'll just flip that over actually to make sure. Ooh, it's just catching that. So if I measure it on that seam line. This is just to tidy it up, give it some love. Okay, down this line here. You watch me tap. Oh, I did it. That's all right, because it's going to be thing-oyed. I'm probably just taking it out of whack. No, looks pretty. Oh. Right. So that's my top. Okay, next step is we're going to sew these into place. I'm just going to attach them in. They're meant to go to the center. Now, see how short they are. What I might do is I might tack them in here and then stick. It says to stick it in half. Half is about there. Okay, about there. And because I have two of them, I'll just go either side of this. Okay, and pull it in there because then I want to get the other dome and pop it on the other side. Okay, I'll get that sorted. Okay, so I have this little machine that puts little bally things on, and I think I'm going to stick some on. Right, they do have a different width, obviously, Stacey. So these little things sit in this part. Instructions are here. Let's have a look at the instructions. But install punch die. Install eyelet mold. Oh, punch a hole. Oh. Ooh, I don't know if I want to punch a hole in it. That's for a grommet. It's not, I don't, no. No. Okay, so what we do for this one, I don't think we punch a hole in it. I'm going to open this up, put a couple of them down. And I like the look of these tiny, tiny, tiny little ones, which I mean, it means I have to change, I think, to this. So I'll unscrew this. Sorry if you don't want to see this. Screw this one in. Screw this one in. Yep. And pick some nice little colourful balls. Oh, cute. Now, this one's got pink and blue in it. Nope. Yes, I know I'm daft. Right, so that's going to go there and there. And this is going to sit. I need tweezers. I need the tweezers. Where are my tweezers? 50,000 pairs of tweezers. None that I can find. There they are. Right. This little sucker in here. Okay, let's see if this works. If this doesn't work, then we're not playing the game. If it works, we're going to have fun. How cute is that? Okay, I'm going to do some of these.
It's Christmas down under, sunshine, not thunder, camping and joyful, barbecues and a valley full. 'Cause it's summer times down under at Christmas time. Merry Christmas, everyone, this year.
Okie dokie, so I've got little balls in place. I might have pushed too hard with a couple of them and I smashed them. I like those little silver balls that you buy to decorate cakes with. Okay, so the next step is to put that down, or, where is it? Where's my, oh, it's under the lid. Oh, my whole table has had a vomit of a lace on it. So that's the laces I picked, sewed them down. I'm pretty happy with that. So the next step, oh my gosh, I have made such a mess. Oh, front door is absolutely shut now. Okay, so far we've done that, we've made that pretty. Okay, 13, decorate the front half. Check, place the pocket sections on top of the pinned. Place the pocket section on top and pin. Okay, so we want to turn that way. I'm going to lay that on top like that. No, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. We want to lay it that way. That's the way I'm going to lay it. We're going to go around and we're now going to go and sew that on. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that that is beautifully even all the way around and pin it. When we sew the lace that ties it up, it gets sewn. It must be sewn across here because it is when, yeah, so it must be there on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to pin this nicely and then go and sew it. Right, next stage is going to be putting on, I've got the back on the front, so it's going to wind up like this. So that's really, so it's going to wind up like this. It's going to wind up like this. Rolling, 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 rolling. Okay, and that is pulling, so that needs to go up there when it winds. Now the next stage is to put on the bias binding. And if I go all the way around here, it says to do as page 15. Of course, I don't have page 15. So I'm going to go and sew on my bias, do my corners, hopefully do my corners well. And I might actually start here because this is the back of it. I might start here and go for gold. I think that'll be a pretty colour, eh? Just sitting on the border of that. I wonder if I should just sew it on like that. Oh, so I think that'll be quite pretty, even though it's not, it's still, I don't know, it's got that bit in it. I think that's what made me choose it, because that's like, yeah, look at this. Pop this on. Oop. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to do that. This is my Nana's wedding ring she got married with. I was gifted that when she passed away. I haven't really taken off. Oh, when I take it off when I make cakes. Anyway, I'm going to go and do this now. I'm starting at the back here, And I'm going to start stitching about here because that's where I join it. Okay, and I'm going to go and do my, as per page 15, if I had page 15. Okay, so since you've last seen me, I've had lunch and I'm watching Pride and Prejudice, the BBC, with Mr. Colin Firth in it. Yumby, yumby. Okay, so naughty Hacienda little sister has just run off. So, well, actually they're hunting for her. So I have sewn on my my bias. Okay, and there's the back. Well, that's the front, I should say. Okay, that's the innards, that's the exit, that's the intrails, that's the extrails. So what the next stage is to do is to take our ribbon, okay, and we are to sew it halfway through. So what we want to do now is jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock, jingle bell sway and jingle bell. Of course, that shouldn't make it easy at all, should it? So 135 divided by 2 is 17 and a half. 17 and a half is there. 17 and a half is there. So what I'm going to do is flap open these, because at the minute they're just lumps in the way. Lumpity lumpities. Flip that over. It's like SpongeBob SquarePants. Anyway, yes, we tend not to get into Stacey's head because so these are midway, and halfway between this is 20 and a half. So 20 and a half is 10.2 there. Okay, so I'm going to go about there. So then I'm going to get the center of this and I'm going to flip it over and that will go in there. So a little pin, excuse my arm, is there we go. Right, so I'm going to go and sew down the center there. Is that all it says it wants? Finally fold the ribbon in half and stitch the center of it down the center seam on the outside of your jewelry. So I can either go all the way down or I can just stitch there. That looks like they've gone all the way down. I don't know if you can see that, all the way down there. So I think I'll do it all the way down. Okay, so on the top I have a rainbow coloured thread. See, dark, lighter and blue, so I'll do that down there, and the bobbin, which is just the plain pink, will be the plain pink, which will match that. Okay, and that will be that. See you in a second. Okay, so in between that I received a courier parcel and I have sewn on down the center my ribbon. Here it is. Pretty wee jewellery roll, and that's so good for you for when you go away. It keeps everything intact. I'll undo it. You don't need to see my face. And unroll that, and you've got your two ring. Oh, let's go all the way down, shall we, Stacey? You got your ring scummy, ring rolls that you can put your ring on. Okay, and you've got even your necklaces can hang off that. Okay, so I'll just take this one off, and it can slip in here. I would undo it, but I'm just showing you how we can do that. And if you wanted, you've got your two zips. This one could open up. Okay, and it could slide this into that part. Okay, and then you can bring it over to the corner and you can have it there, so it sort of holds it a bit in place like that. You should be wearing a watch. And bracelets, I mean, you've got the little areas here that your bracelets can go in. I am really super impressed. And then you've got this side that's super pretty. Okay, I've got multiples of pinks and mauves, a little bit of just that stitching there. I wanted to do that for you just to show you how pretty that stitching is. Yeah, I'm full of it. Okay, and then inside got my mitered corners, and you can even just like that. You don't have to roll it. Actually, I like it better like that. Just fold it into thirds. Get your little ribbon. Now the ribbon is extra long. It's not meant to be this long, but I play at my own rules, as you guys know. So hopefully Mr. Christopher's home soon. He's got to shoot off and get some timber. Okay, so there's the bow. Look at that. What do you think? I'm smiling. I think it's just so cute. I think it's cute. I like it. I feel a little naked. I don't have my necklace on. Okay, so that, number 13. Oh, and I know I forgot something yesterday. I knew I forgot it. I knew I forgot it after, and I wasn't going to add it in. So I'm just going to get everything now, because I want to sort of get this uploaded before I head off to the graduation. Right, day 13. Jewellery roll. Now this again came out of the book. I should have a copy of it, so if you want a copy of it, please send me a little note in below, and you can go and email me. My email is attached to everything's attached to my YouTube channel, so in amongst my details, pop in there if you want to send me a little thing. If you're in New Zealand, drop me a text and I can send you that off. There, that's better. It doesn't sparkle for you. I just got the Curie's never met me before. Met the dogs, barking their heads off at him. He was having a chuckle, backed away from the fence. Mabel has, I'm going to rip your throat out kind of bark, but not that kind of personality. Like, she's like chalk and cheese with her bark and her attitude. Anyway, so, yeah, so he met me with my little hat. I wonder if I should wear that tonight. Xander will kill me. Yes. No, I'm not going to. Just kidding. Okay, so yesterday we made the iPad or book stand. I had a lot of people comment on, yep, want to make one of those. I think I've flicked off the distractions to somebody this morning. So easily done. Okay, so that's it's a bit flopsy. It's not as firm as the one. I think this part here was longer on the ones that we've got, that I don't have anymore. Anyway, so yep, you can fit a book in it. If you make it bigger, you can actually fit a recipe book in it. So those are the last two. And then we have got the wallet. I was actually saw my black wallet upstairs, just this crappy little wallet that I have, and I think I'm going to take that so I can add my stuff in it, because I quite like this. I like it. I like this wallet. Did my head in a little bit with the distractions, but I like the wallet. And then we had the book bag. Now, like I said, Libby suggested I have a little tongue over here that flips over and does a stud there, which I possibly will actually do. I think I might also unpick the bias here and redo the bias, because I want to make it that little bit bigger. See how it's just it was just that little bit shy of the width of the book, and it's sort of like unfolded there. So I think I might alter that a little bit at the end of the day, not in between. Don't have time in between. We have our lip balm. Now, funny enough, I've been meaning to say this. Yesterday I was walking, and this morning I was walking, and there was a lip balm in the gutter. And I was like, well, if they had one of these holding their lip balms, that lip balm wouldn't be in the gutter. Just saying. Okay. Then we have our coasters with our little holder. Okay. To go on our wine glasses. We have, I'm just pulling these out as they come now, and I don't know what days they were. We have our sports shorts. In between the sports shorts, we had Mr. Christopher's slouch pants. I sometimes I have no idea what my accent's doing. It's like, I see. Just thought I'd share that with you. And then we have our keep the keep the fuzzy hair off our toothbrush and toothpaste holder, which is our, so look at these. We've got things going into our bag when we go away on holidays, because all these things are so handy. Okay, toothbrush and toothpaste holder for when we go away. And we've got a nice soft, this is pretty cool because some of the hard sunglasses cases or glasses cases they fill your bag up, and sometimes you just need them as thin as your glasses actually are. And I'm getting really good at these plastic studs. Stud. Okay, little plastic. See, look at that. That even rolls down smaller. So it's still protecting my glasses, but it's not taking up the bulk room. Okay, then we have our awesome flamazing glasses. Eye slippery thingamajiggies, and then we have our partridge, which is my lovely pouch. Okay guys, I want to get this uploaded ASAP. Now I only made these. That's all I did on these ones, because I wasn't going to fill them up because that was a little time consuming, but I will probably have that made. I want to make it. I love it. You know what, I like it a lot. Tell me you don't like that. Tell me you don't like that. I dare you to. I triple dare you to. I quadruple dare you to. I like it. I think it's quite pretty. I like the little bally things. Just don't push too hard. They just... Right. That is me. I'm going to upload this and get this out to you hopefully before 3 o'clock, because that's when I'm meant to be at their father's place picking up my darling. And so I will catch you on the flip side. Is there anything else I wanted to say to you that I haven't said? I want to thank you all for your comments. I mean, I'm getting some wonderful regulars. I've got Angie, I've got Libby, I've got Joanne, I've got Zelda, I've got I'm going to forget people now that I've started this. I've got Julie, I've got Nikki, I've got Vicky. I've got lots of people, and if I have forgotten you, I'll probably mention you tomorrow. But I mean, it's so nice opening up and having, I've got Deb, I've got, yeah, you're all watching me, and it's very not overwhelming, it's very, very heartwarming to have you guys do that every single day. Watch me prattle on and make something. It is just... Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Stay well, stay warm, stay dry, keep cool, keep on sewing. Where am I with my hydration bottle? I'm up to... Don't give up. I'm in between feeling awesome and don't give up. So I'm about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Okay. No regrets. Definitely did not regret getting myself organised. The only thing I wasn't organised for was the laces. I actually thought I wanted different lace, but I think I did pretty. And yeah, save face this summer. Keep your sunblock on, guys, in summer. For anyone over the southern hemisphere, northern hemisphere, don't forget, snow does reflect the sun. Okay, so take care. Thank you all very, very much. And I'll stop tapping my water bottle. Karina was the other one too. Karina and Queenie. Yeah. How could I forget those two? Silly. Okay. Thanks, guys. Take care. See you tomorrow.